Hey guys, this is going to be a quick update. Excuse me, my throat's a little dry. So, as you can see, I'm not dressed for the gym. Uh, you know, X4 shirt. Um, so I was supposed to be going to my bariatric dietitian today. As you can already see on my community tab, I even decided to check out my weight back down again. So I actually wanted to go to my appointment because I figured, this is good news. So, of course, I want to be able to discuss this with her and, discuss the fact that this proves that. You want to come up, Muffin? Aki? Aki? Come on. Muffin. Danica. You want to be picked up? Okay, we can do that. Ragamuffin. Yes. Sorry, apparently I am getting a nuzzle attack. I love you too, buddy. So, yeah, did my weigh in before I took my meds. Even made sure to hit the head, because I usually have to shortly after waking up to at least number one. You don't have to get down. Wait. Well, now you're getting a close up body shot. What are we doing, buddy? Where do you want to go? I gotta make sure you don't flash butthole. Come on, I'm trying to tell a story here. Muffin, you want to come around? Turn around. Here. No. Pick a spot, buddy. Muffin. At least I'm not so agitated anymore. I love you, buddy. Physical boy. Come here. No butthole. No butthole. Especially because you're right there. What, do you want me to move my tablet? You gonna lay down? Okay. Look, anyone who has a cat knows they like to give butthole to everybody and anybody. And Rebel's come to join us too. Sadly, Mocha won't because, um, hi, Rumble. I love you, buddy. So much for this being a short video. There's no room for you, buddy. It's okay, Muffin. You can lay back down. Muffin. What you want to do? You want to lay down? Your tail swishing a bunch. Come on, lay down. It's okay. Rumble's right there. You can see him. No one's gonna bother you. Come on, lay down. Yeah. You okay? Rumble's like a couple years younger, but Rumble still also acts like a young adult. So sometimes um, he'll either, chase Muffin, and Muffin doesn't like that, or because Ragamuffin's an old man, or the fact that I kind of ganked him as a feral kitten. He's not always the best at grooming. Rumble will try to take care of that for him. He grooms the whole family. Well, not Mocha yet, but I think in time that's just inevitable. You might end up starting to see Muffin's back eventually because he sat back up, but Rumble even grooms me. I wake up to it. So it's. What, do you hear something outside? He's nuzzling my phone. You outside, buddy? Just don't stop my video, please. Oh. I was just moving that out of your way. So, yeah, it's not like I'm a dirty person. It's just, I think, just while I'm sleeping, like, oil accumulates on the face. And so he comes and licks my face. You know. So it's adorable as fuck. Oh, did I get a good spot? I decided to under Muffin's chin, and he's leaning into it, and I'm getting the bliss face. If you know, you know. Oh, I found another spot, huh? Right against his breastbone. Oh, it's good. It's not an area they can usually hit very well on their own. So, I just realized I'm shaking the camera. I apologize. I'm trying to do it less. Okay. So, yeah, Muffin will deal with Rumble's grooming to an extent. It was just a truck. At least I'm pretty sure it was just a truck. It was some form of air horn, so I'm. It's okay, Muffin. Oh, just no butthole. I know there's so many noises. You want to go to the window? What are we gonna do, buddy? He's not sure what to make of that noise. Okay. So. Someone. It sounded like a kid was just running. It's also something they don't like up. So. My boys are getting antsy. I know, I hear it, but it's okay. It's either upstairs or in the hall. I rumble. Right. So to get back to my story. Hold on, Drake. So yeah, before I took my meds or a sip of water even. I hit the head, got myself weighed, and again back down. Made sure to share that with you guys on both Facebook and then on my community tab. And I also sent it in an email to both Matthew, my health coach, and Alicia, who I was supposed to see today. I should be there waiting, because it's 1:41 now on Thursday, the 26th of September. So, and I just got a text telling me that my video appointment, which is not a video appointment, with Matthew has been rescheduled till tomorrow. Buddy, you can be on the table, but I just need you, I don't need your butthole in the shop. But, yeah, so there's been a bunch going on today. I had to reschedule an appointment I have in November with my pain and wellness. Though I think it's being called something else now. Due to the whole switch over. You know, I think I'm going to go back to bangs soon. Because I shared a picture of about a year ago when I was doing the bangs, and I think I look better with bangs. I wanted to give this a shot because most of my life I was a bang girl. But yeah, I just easy rumble. So where was I? Right. So I sent the email, letting her know and Matthew, because I was supposed to talk to him later today. That got rescheduled to tomorrow. Hopefully I will be at the gym at that point. Because it's going to be at 1:40. And we'll see. So that's what that was. So yeah, I was supposed to see Alicia today, even though I had to reschedule the other 2 appointments. And so I go downstairs. I go to wait. It's as exact as I can be. It was 1:03. I can't say exactly 1:03 because it might have been 1:03 in some seconds. But I looked at my watch. It said 1:03 because I wanted to make sure, because I didn't see anything out there like waiting for me, that I wasn't like late. So I was just 3 minutes late. And I'm like, okay, they couldn't have shown up yet because they'd probably wait 5 minutes before they took off. So, okay. 1:16 hits, and I have to hunt down the number for BC Transit. This isn't the same company I use for going to the gym. BC Transit, it stands for Broome County Transit. They do like the public buses. They do something called BC Lift, which is what was supposed to pick me up. And then they also have BC Country, which is for the more rural areas to get people to their appointments. BC Lift and BC Country are for medical appointments, where then there's the public bus system for everything else. So I have to hunt down their number because I really don't use the service. I guess I should put it in my phone. It's still in the call log, so yeah, I'll do that just in case. Because I have to reschedule now. Spoilers. So yeah, I call. By the time I'm actually talking to somebody, it's just about 1:20. And the guy's like, oh yeah, we had someone there at 12:45. but my appointment's not until 2. The way Medicaid cab sets it up, they pick me up an hour early. So 1 o'clock. So that's what I tell them. I'm like, but my appointment wasn't until 2, so you guys weren't supposed to get me until 1 o'clock. He was like, yeah, but we didn't have anyone available to get you at 1 o'clock, so that's why we set you for 12:45. Medicaid or MAS, that's the Medicaid cab service company. MAS also put you in for 1, but we weren't going to have anyone available, so we tried to get you at 12:45. He was there, and you didn't show up. But of course not, because nobody called me. There was no message. There was nothing. There wasn't a call on either when they changed the time on me or when they were apparently waiting downstairs. And I have it clicked in, because they have you go through like a whole process when you're doing you know what? I can show you guys. Because technically, this won't dox me. At least, I don't believe so. Wait, no, that's forgot username. I didn't forget username. How do I want to receive my security code? Email, because I'm using my phone to record this. Oh, Amber just posted. First few days in Wisconsin with my girlfriend. So I gotta wrap this up in case Nerfy decides to go live early. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Come on. Copy. You're gonna make me sign in again. Oh my god. Okay. This also shows that I was scheduled for a return trip. And in case that couldn't be read, Odessa Bork is scheduled for an appointment on 9/26/2024 at 2 p.m. At 1 p.m., BC Transit / Broome Country will pick up Odessa Bork at 435 State Street. I'm not going to give... Oh. Unit 201, Binghamton. There you go, guys. There's my address. Um, fuck. I did that. I don't care. It's a secure building. I don't think anyone would want to fuck with me. I have no money, guys. So, and my credit's shit. So anyway, and take them to the address at 3:30 p.m. They would pick me up from my appointment and take me back home. Um, I mean, it's there in literal black and white with some blue. So this even shows that they didn't inform MAS of the change. That's bullshit. That is very much bullshit. But I have to manage trips really fast because since it's still there, I can repeat this and set it for next week because I will need it's the same time and everything that I was able to get my stuff. Other specialist because they don't have dietitian or weight loss as an option. Drop off address, pick up address. Return trip. This information is correct. I wish I could select someone else, but apparently I can't. So it basically says the same thing that I just showed you. That I'm scheduled for appointment on 10/3/2024 at 2 p.m. At 1 p.m. they will pick me up at here and take me there. And at 3:30, see, I'll call them first. So since I'm going to put their number there to tell them sooner, because my appointments don't usually take that long. So, but I mean, thankfully, it's not that hard to schedule trips through their website if it's one you've already done. That's the caveat. If it's not a place that's listed as a frequent trip or a previous trip, you have to call them directly and then they have to put it in the system. Then you should probably be able to then just go through the website itself from that point on. It's more efficient. That's why I prefer doing it that way. I can do that for pretty much all my appointments at this point. On the 8th, I see the bariatric social worker, and it's the same address, and apparently her office is one door down. So I already know where I'm going, and it's exactly this, so I just put in the same address. So it's good that they're in the same building and everything. It's just I'm still just a little annoyed. Because I planned on doing all this stuff today. And because I had a previous goof and read a date backwards, because apparently for a brief moment my brain was British. NYSEG was doing the smart meters today, but because the year is 2024, I saw the 24 at the end and apparently put it in the middle in my brain. And so I thought they were changing the smart meters on Tuesday. So the person I was supposed to talk to from the Monroe plan that helps give like health home services, I called her to reschedule. I even sent her a picture of the notice I got to show her that I wasn't being full of shit, because I get paranoid about that. Just because there's just so many lying people around, you know? And it wasn't until I woke up Tuesday morning and realized that it was my alarm waking me up, which meant the power hadn't been turned off, that I looked at the notice again, and I felt like such a tremendous idiot. Such a tremendous idiot. So I've been having a week. You know, yesterday I told you guys how I was feeling a bit down. Thankfully, not feeling that way as much today, especially with the antics of the cats that you saw earlier. I love my voice so much. So, I mean, but it's just been a bunch of little things throughout the week that's been kind of exasperating me. And so that's where I'm at in my head. But, I mean, at least it's been nothing major, because, you know, with the fact that I've been feeling more depressed than normal and everything, and, you know, last week I felt more lower energy. I'm glad that I haven't had anything really big to tackle. Not that I don't think that that it'd be a situation that I couldn't overcome, but it's more that I'm grateful that there's enough on my plate. You know what I mean? I don't have room for desserts. But, you know, being able to just talk to you guys about it, it helps. It definitely helps. And I appreciate that. I know some people don't want to do that, and that's okay. Like, I get that too, but especially with the fact that I still yet don't have a therapist. See, so I wanted to do my appointment with the Monroe Plan person, because one of the things we discussed that she might be able to help me with is finding a therapist that has open availability and takes my insurance, which is something that I've mentioned before to you guys. And I think I've proven that, you know, what I say is really what I mean. I don't want to say that this is a form of imposter syndrome, but I think maybe it like, because so many of us watch like the girls, and they lie as often as they breathe. And with Chantel's recent video with her doing the conjuring thing, like she was breathing a lot. So I'm just saying. You know, I guess I get a little paranoid that I might not come off as genuine as I actually am. Because so often people are being caught as liars. And sometimes, yes, it's fun. But it's unfortunate all the same that there are so many people out there that just aren't as straightforward, as honest. Uh, you know, I really do make. I want to say I really make the effort to put forward my most authentic self to you guys, and I know that doesn't that might not sound right to people, but I don't know how mindful people have been to like my speech patterns. But there are times where I pause more, and that's because I'm sort of queuing up what I want to say in my brain first to kind of. I'm my own editor. I guess is the way I want to put it. I try to make sure that I'm using the right words, that, you know, am I coming across accurately? Am I emoting correctly? And am I going to sound like a jackass? And sometimes, yes, and I still go with it, especially when it gets past the filter, because sometimes it does. But because, additionally, I spent so much of my life masking, essentially, in one form or another. Even before we began to realize that I was on the spectrum, how to put this? See, this is precisely what I was talking about. But with my jobs, with the fact that even when I first started seeing Tom, before we actually became like a legit item and stuff like that, and even after, with his mom, bonus mom, she, I really wanted her to like me, because though it took me some months to realize that not only that I love Tom, but I saw him as being my forever person. And I know I've mentioned it before, but I'll touch on that in a second. But it is before I realized these things. This was the first time that I was really going to interact with someone's mother. And he was an only child in an Italian household. And I already had some strikes against me because she never, oh no, she did catch us once in flagrante. She did. Other times she caught us naked after. um which I honestly actually felt bad about. But Tom, he was such an enthusiastic student, you know? So I was really having fun. And I was then 17. I was still a bit feral. So I was of two minds. And so it was a thing. But, and then it was 3 months after we officially started dating. So, end of January, we were walking from the park diner to go to where the public library was. We liked to hang out there. It was me, Tom, and Tom's best friend at the time, Derek. And we would go to the library just to have a place to be out of the cold. And we basically RP'd through a notebook. Like, we had our dice with us, and we would write out what we were doing and passing it back and forth through a notebook. That's how we were trying to, make sure we respected the rules of the library, because you don't want to get kicked out of the library, especially in winter. But yeah, so, and we didn't want to, hog up the computers that you have to sign up for blocks of time, and, well, you're not supposed to sign up for multiple blocks at once. So in the end, the notebook made sense for us. My hands would often cramp, though, because I'm a wordy bitch. As indicated by this video, I intended to be short, and that is now running towards 40 minutes. But so we just had some food at the park diner, and so we were heading towards the library after that. And I was in front. The guys were just talking about something or other. And I was just half lost in thought. And I imagined it was technically all three of us hanging out in our old age. Like, I'm talking 80s plus. But it was the fact that I was picturing myself with Tom that far in the future. And I'm talking about the matching rocking chairs on the porch, sappy, gooey bullshit. And why rocking chairs? Hashtag ADHD gang. If you know, you know. So, yeah, and I actually stopped walking. I remember this because they bumped into me because they weren't paying attention. And we spent like 2 minutes with me trying to tell them, yeah, I'm absolutely all right. I just had a stray thought and it distracted me. And I told Tom that I would tell him later. And it was later that night, when it was just the two of us, that I confessed my feelings for the first time. And I find myself very grateful that I can recall that. But I almost forgot why I was telling this. Sorry, a bracelet was on the floor. Cats must have been playing with it. So yeah, that was to talk about the masking. So, I even masked to Mom initially, and so sometimes I find in a manner I'm still doing that with these videos, but just in trying to make sure that I'm not being too much, I guess is the way to put it, that I'm potentially censoring too much crassness, especially since, as I might have made mention a few times, I'm trying to eventually be monetized and stuff like that. So it's something that I should be working on anyway, to just work better with YouTube's guidelines. And that's why, again, it's a thing. I do pause. But besides that, I know, like, because of people like Tiny Blue and Spidey, he does like behavioral studies, being able to tell when people are lying and stuff like that. Um, I know that I look around a lot for many different reasons, but one of the things is I was always bad at eye contact, and that's why, in part, when I began to look into more what the symptoms of being autistic were, symptoms, and apparently not being able to keep eye contact, even with myself, because that's what this is. It's a problem. Not for everyone, because again, autism is a spectrum. But it was one of the things that clued me in, like, oh, damn, And so it's always in the back of my mind. People might think that I'm full of shit because I can't really look at you guys so well. And it's not you guys that's the problem, it's me. I'm trying to hold my eyes, especially so I don't keep looking at the camera. And it's a problem. So it's things like that. Like, I'm mindful of it. And I understand that they're things. And apparently I'm going to say ands and buts a lot today. I am someone who likes TNA, regardless of gender, so ands and buts are in there. Or excuse me. There's my hoity British laugh for Megan, if he were ever to watch this. I think I did that right. I'm trying to remember about the nose thing. So, yeah, again, I just understand that I might have mannerisms. Or, again, there's the general state of the internet. What was it that people used to say? On the internet, the girls are guys and the children are FBI agents, or something to that effect. That's the way it should be. But, I mean, I lived in that. Fuck. I've been around since the initial days of the internet. Pornographic pictures were wild because I don't know if people would understand the terminology of dot matrix, but and of course, child me just found them amazing because it was people using characters to make an image of a vagina. What is wrong with you, Dessa? I know, Tom. I know. But yeah, see, like, okay, this is me a bit more mask off. You see the difference? I do. I just run more into that realm of inappropriate, and I understand that that's not everybody's speed. I know that it's not always what YouTube wants either. There's just a lot that goes into it, and that's okay. again, maybe this is something I should just be mindful of, especially hoping to eventually make this into maybe a career, especially since, I'm disabled. I don't have another job. So I have the time to give to this. And those are my thoughts. Yeah, so I forget originally why I went on this tangent though. Hashtag ADHD gang. Um, why am I stopping? My brain kind of went on the fritz there for a moment. Again, it's just been that sort of week. Maybe that's what I was. I know I mentioned it before, but maybe you see a bit better. I'm gonna go through my spiel now because apparently the monorail is kind of fucking up, which might mean I need some food and I wish I had the money for Chinese food, but soup it'll be. But I also have some chocolate Pop-Tarts that I like to do a thin layer of peanut butter on the back of it. Just because I like peanut butter with my chocolate. And it's a thin layer. I think I maybe go through a tablespoon between the two Pop-Tarts because it can overwhelm the chocolate if it goes on too thick. It's just to add a little bit of flavor, and it's just great value brand stuff. So it was cheap and it's enriched a little bit. So all in all, I feel like it's a good snack, and I mean, I was mostly doing Pop-Tarts and soup last week too, so obviously not a bad way to do things. Calories. If you count your calories, do you see what I've been saying? That's the golden rule about any weight loss journey. Being in a calorie deficit. That's proof right there. I was having, and they weren't little bowls of soup either. Like, I was probably giving myself at least 2 servings at a time. 2 servings of soup each day. And then 2 Pop-Tarts. Like little desserts after each meal. I had my pumpkin pie ones from actual Pop-Tart. Their Boston cream donut one also is very good. But I gotta get some more pumpkin pie before it's gone. I love the pumpkin pie one. Especially since you can taste like the cinnamon in it and stuff like that. And they actually use pumpkin puree in the filling. Just FYI. But now I have the chocolate and then I have brown sugar and cinnamon. And for a box of 16, so it's 8 packets. It's like $1.98 at Walmart for their brand of Pop-Tart. And for 2 pastries, for the chocolate fudge, it's 370 calories. For the brown sugar cinnamon, it's 380, probably because of the sugar. Brown sugar, cinnamon. So, I like that I've gotten too much in my head about the pausing now. I like the fact that I can portion at least the sweet foods like that. I can look at the calories and the macros and it's a serving size. 2 pastries is a serving size, which is good because if that was per pastry, I couldn't do that. That's way too much for sweet food. But I kind of been wanting carrot cake. I to figure out what I'm gonna do for myself for my birthday, since that's soon. Uh, that might be another reason why I'm just kind of distracted and everything. But again, I'm I was able to just course correct very quickly, and I'm back down again. So I like that it proves once again that I can just do that. That I can fall off the wagon, take a pause, however I decide to word it that particular time. And from there, I can go, okay, now it's time to get back up to things. And I can do that. Again, it also proves that it's not a food addiction. It's not, some sort of eating disorder. It's just like I like food. That was my issue. I liked food. Didn't need to eat that much, but I liked to. That was my problem. And now I just gotta get away from that. And that's a work in progress. Questions, comments, concerns, please drop them down below. In the description will be all the links for Nerfy's Discord, where we're just a big happy community for the most part. There's the link for Casey's GoFundMe, which will be running until the end of October, and that is for his top surgery. If you're able to give anything to that, please do so. Then there will be a link for getting some money off of a Mercari thing if you're like a new customer. I love Mercari. I've talked about it previously. So, definitely check it out. It'll get me like a little bonus coupon for like $10 off something, or I think $30 if you actually sell something on there. I forget how the promotion goes. But, it's not just to grift. It's not even really grifting. I mean, I'm technically, yes, I'm hustling, but I use that app a lot, and it's great. It's great for finding deals on clothes. It's great for finding deals on all sorts of things. Like I've talked about the fact that I got my Galaxy 4 watch, the Keurig. There's a plasma light that is, I think, supposed to be shaped like a hook, but it kind of reminds me of a tentacle. It's not the typical light bulb shape or crystal ball shape, and when you touch it, the things will, go towards your fingers. But it looks, it's blue glass, and it kind of comes up and over. So I call it the tentacle light. I got that last year as a birthday gift to myself. And I was able to do payments through Klarna, I think. So I broke it down into 4 payments. That was one of the pricier purchases that I made. I think I got it for around $70, same as the watch. But it was nerdy and lewd, so I was just drawn to it. I'm a weirdo, I know. But yeah, like, you can find interesting things on there, obviously. It's just something that I use a lot, and so I do free advertisement for them. But there's a link there, and then there's a link for my Linktree, which has my Amazon wish lists, broken down into different categories. That's why there's so many. So don't feel intimidated to even look at all of them or get anything. There's also my PayPal and GoFundMe if you want to, tip, I guess is the way to put it. Because I'm not monetized. And again, trying to hustle. Anything is appreciated, but not needed. But again, back to those that did help when I asked for help. Thank you so much for that. It was very surprising, but it was just so appreciated. Honestly, truly, and I just wanted to take this moment, I should say, to thank you guys again for that. It lets me know that I actually have friends out there. And that's a nice, warmy, ooey gooey feeling. And know that that's not one-sided. If there is any way I can help people, I mean, obviously non-monetarily, but if there is some way I can help you guys, reach out. I have my social media in my Linktree. You could also reach out to me through here, but there's Facebook. You do have to friend me. Just tell me who you are, either from Discord or here, so because I have to approve you. I got one weirdo once, so I had to switch who could see my stuff over there. So that's why I'm saying it. And why am I being a little lispy today? I'm I just need to relax. Amber, this is a bit more of what hectic looks like. Not that you'll probably ever see this, but FYI. And my glasses keep slipping down. Hopefully, I will actually get my eye appointment this go around in January. And then I'll have new glasses that maybe won't do that, but I don't know. I like having the plastic frames as opposed to the metal. I've found that in the winter especially, having plastic frames has been so much better than the metal ones. I don't feel like parts of my face are freezing. Right. Get back to things, Dessa. So yes, questions, comments, concerns, please leave them down below. Links will be in the description for various things. Thumbs up, thumbs down. You be the judge. If you like content like this, please subscribe. And maybe turn on notifications. I am posting usually 3 times a week, if not more. Because thankfully, I've actually had things going on in my life that I've been able to talk about. Even if it's just gym updates. Or bringing up things that I've found online with you guys. I need to remember to do the music and autism thing. Ugh. Again, been scattered this week. But, I'm posting with some frequency. So you might want to have those notifications on. But not necessary. subscribe. Just going through the checklist in my head because, again, just been that sort of week. I love you guys. Go fuck yourselves. And we'll talk again soon. Bye.